team deserves to win.
I guess we are all slightly biased as coaches, and we definitely look at our side of the elephant. It's probably difficult to look from the other side of the elephant unless you are on top of it. I felt we performed well, and I felt that we were clearly on top first half. We definitely got momentum, had the better opportunities, probably should have scored. I thought second half were more even. They were a bit more on the ball. I thought throughout the game we defended very well. We limit basically Chelsea to half a chance for James on a corner. The rest for me was shots outside the box, which we're quite happy with. Then I thought we were really a threat when we went forward. Really good to go behind them, really good to run at them. And for me, maybe I'm slightly biased, I saw 5 very good chances to us. So if you look at the big chances, then probably up there for that. The Wizard header, the Dams chance, the Brian shot on a transition, the Keane free header on a set piece, and of course Sepp's big header. So I think if there should have been a winner, I think it should have been us. But I thought it was an even game, a good game between two teams. Very happy with our performance against a top club. Spent a few quid on players over the last year or two, and a good manager, and they're well coached.
I was listening to you there. You said you defended well, but maybe in the second half, attacking in general, apart from that transition, was more difficult. You wish you had maybe more options on the bench, because I was looking at it thinking you don't have much to work with.
No, I think that's spot on. I think if you look at quality players they put on the pitch, I think is it called Neto? I think it's called from Wolves, 50, 60 million. Cole Palmer, maybe one of the best 10s in division. Jackson done brilliantly for them, and what did Cucurella? One more. So I think it's fair to say they had a little bit more to shoot with than us. We have that in our squad. Unfortunately, some of them are injured. So I think again, if we had something to shoot with, I think maybe they would have tipped it even more.
Enzo said that it was unfair that Chelsea had to play Thursday, quick turnaround. When they're able to make changes like Madueke comes in, into France International comes in, do you have much sympathy with that?
I think that must be his opinion. It's football. I know there's many games and a big program, but I can just look for our perspective. We try to deal with it when we have short turnarounds.
Do you think 24 hours makes it? I mean, generally, just 24 hours.
Yeah, I think it does. To be fair to that, I think it does, but that happens all the time. I had, I think, once this season where I felt that we were the team that had the least rest between games before we played our Carabao Cup quarterfinal against Newcastle, and the furthest away of all the other bigger clubs. So that definitely got bigger squads. That was the only time I raised it, because I don't think it was fair. All of them had one more day. So I think the 24 hours means something. If we have 2 days between, we'll deal with it. We'll manage, no problem. 3 days, that's good. Always, that is not a problem. Then there's a bigger talk about the amount of games over a year. Not for us. But if you play a lot of Europe and go far in the cups and all that, and need to play that Club World Cup, which is still ridiculous in my opinion, then I understand it's too much.
Can I dwell on that? Why is the Club World Cup ridiculous?
It's just another tournament. So how many wants the Club World Cup? Do you want it?
I don't. Chelsea do.
Was
The
there?
manager might not, but the club do.
Yeah, it's one of the few, I think. Yeah.
Will you watch it?
Me? No. I'll enjoy my summer. I'll not watch it. No chance. Yeah.
Does it ruin the competitive balance as well? Because there's going to be 2 clubs in the Premier League with over 100 million revenue extra. Does that concern you, that side?
I think, from my point of view and where we are, can't really compete with that sort of money. The good bits is actually compete out here. So that's I'm very proud of, even that they have hundreds of million more to spend than us. And if I should say one thing I said, I think we were closer to win than they were, which I'm very proud of.
Brentford haven't won 8 home league games.
You're so positive, and now you come with that question.
I was about to say.
That's fine.
Sort of looking inwards sometimes, but after a performance like that, it probably doesn't do, does it? Because you'll feel that you were the better team and you had quite conceivably enough chances to win that game on the day.
Yeah, I think I understand why you have to ask the question, because you haven't won in 8 games. You know, of course, it's definitely a stat I prefer not to have. The same way we couldn't win in the beginning of the season away from home. We won 5 on a bounce. Sometimes it goes up and down. Sometimes it's more consistently over a season. Sometimes it's not. But it's down to our performances we always look at. And I think we've been really consistent performance throughout this season. We just played 2 good games against 2 good teams, Newcastle and Chelsea. Everybody expect to fight for Champions League spot. Both games should easily have won. I think that which I'm very, very proud of. Today, I agree, we performed more than well enough to win. Same against Everton, same against Tottenham. Can't remember the other games we just played there. But so it's just games that we couldn't edge.
With Seth Vandenberg and Nathan Collins, obviously they've come back in as a centre-back partnership. How good was it to sort of be able to have them 2 playing together at the centre of the defence together?
I think they looked good before Sepp got injured. So I think they're a really good, interesting partnership. And I think they perform well today. Yeah, I like that.
And how do they sort of complement each other?
I think, sometimes, it's relationship between the 2 of them. I think they're very good to also to communicate and, how can you say, guide each other, which is a big thing in the middle of the pitch.
And then obviously Michael Cody came on today. He offers something a little bit more different from right back. I wondered what you made of his sort of brief cameo.
Fine, solid, good. Yeah, happy.
Thomas, just on the wider subject of the calendar, do you think it is affecting football negatively now? I mean, do you find it when you play teams who have been in Europe? Or, I mean, because there's a lot of talk as well about how this Premier League season is beginning to feel a little bit flatter.
I don't know what the right thing is. What is the perfect calendar? But the intensity in football goes up. Premier League, European football, and there's no doubt there is a limit to how good you can perform, or at what intensity you can keep performing at over a year. That will affect performances. That will affect players. That will give more injuries. Do we need bigger squads then, or not? Or do we need to find a better calendar? I don't know. One thing for sure, we can't keep adding. Doesn't work.